Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Okay, it's not that early. Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to start off by apologizing to Milan. This is not going to be 3 minutes. I might go maybe a couple seconds over. So it is an honor to come back and speak to you guys on this stage again. Before I can touch on what Milan asked me to speak about, which was to talk about the importance of young people, specifically young women of color, being active participants in both social justice and leadership. I have to say, as a young woman of color who has been an active participant in social justice and leadership for the greater half of my life, I must admit that the job is harder than it looks. Women and women of color are unfortunately casted at the bottom of the social food chain. We are stomped on for our hair, our complexion, our full bodies, and judged based on stereotypes and unwarranted categorizations of being uneducated, ratchet, classless, whatever. Except, I must add that statistically, Black women are the most educated group in not only the country, but the world. Hold on. Let me say that a little louder for the people in the back. African American and Black women are the most educated people in not only this country, but the world. Can we give a round of applause for all the women of color in this room? I am proud of the flesh wrapped around the skin, the curls in my hair, and the authority in my voice. It is 2017. I refuse to internalize the microaggressions any longer. I refuse to be silenced, I refuse to be disrespected, I refuse to be walked over, and I refuse to let a fellow woman hang dry. And you know what? I refuse to stand alone. I challenge you all to stand even when everyone else is sitting. I challenge you to speak even if you feel that your opinion doesn't matter. I challenge you to run for leadership positions. And most importantly, I challenge you all to uphold the uttermost honor of being a young person, a woman, a person of color, or whatever you associate yourself as. And as First Lady Michelle Obama says, I challenge you all to reach higher. I have to take this moment, though, to say that being a social justice activist comes in many forms. There's no one definition, and Lord knows I have taken many paths to achieve the social justice agenda and mentality. The agenda must always be social justice. Social justice is defined as people who share a just community by challenging injustice and valuing diversity. It exists when all people share a common humanity and therefore have a right to equitable treatment, support for their human rights, and fair allocation of community resources. Nowhere in this definition does it say that an activist must get in the streets and organize protests, give commentary on CNN or Fox News, write newspaper articles or tweets about injustices, or even at the very least, keep up with current events. Although these are the most obvious and common forms of an activist, anyone who works with the agenda of fighting for equality and equity is an activist by my book. An activist is anyone who works to close the gap. Tutoring underprivileged kids is a form of activism and leadership. Volunteering at homeless shelters is an act of volunteerism and leadership. Going to school and just simply educating yourself is a form of activism and leadership, because these students are breaking the glass ceilings and disproving stereotypes, which not only changes the way people view us, but it gives younger kids in elementary school, toddlers, an image that they can look up to. So can we please give a round of applause for the students in this room who are creating a better image for the next generation? I want to make this a point. Do not be mistaken or discouraged because you think that activists are all big shots who don't mind talking in front of audiences. There's a pocket for everybody in this room. It is a matter of going up and doing something. Because I truly believe that this is the year for the independent woman. Donald Trump may be our president, and you know what? I stand with all the nasty women out there. Especially if nasty means passionate and intelligent, then hey, I have no problem being called nasty. I repeat, if nasty women mean being diplomatic, kind, confident, passionate, with all seriousness and intelligence, then I refuse to accept social stigma because that will not fly by me. Racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, and anti-Semitism will not fly past me. The people of this country have shown their true colors, and that's okay. In response, I ask you all to show yours. We will fight with our education. We will not allow our emotions and personal problems to step in the way of the greater picture. I believe if not today, then never. If we do not step up and get moving and get out of our sheltered state of California, then this country will be in big trouble. We are one of the largest, most diverse, most passionate, most wealthiest, and most successful states in this country. We are a major powerhouse, and without us as a state, this country's GDP would not stand strong. So for people that say Trump is a businessman, he knows that this state holds a lot of power. So we need to show him that this upcoming generation, the young people in this room, are not playing around. He has openly disrespected your mothers, your girlfriends, your wives, your grandmothers, and overall women of all kinds. America cannot be great unless each and every individual is given the opportunity to succeed. So ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I hope you are ready. We have come a long way, and by singing the blues and internalizing all the craziness that we are incapable, it will unfortunately not change the views of the people who have on us. It is important that we all remember that we are powerful individuals. So as a note, I say that let's give a cheer for 2017, the year history is made and a buck-wild president and his Congress are told to sit down. Thank you.